I almost split this damn table. I had coffee cups and I had some plates on here.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come.
This or that. This or that. This or that.
Come on, who's the black sheep? What's the black sheep? Know not who I am or when I'm coming, so you sleep. Wasn't in my realm or wasn't in your sphere. Knew not who I was, but listen here. The choice is yours.
You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you can get with this because this is kind of fat.
Where's the black sheep? Here's the black sheep. Even if we wanted to, the flock could not be weak. Watch me swing like this. Why should I swing it like that? Because in fact, on me it might not attract.
With this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you can get with this because this is where it's at. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you can get with this because this is kind of fat.
Do, da, dippity.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's Black Sheep Rising.
Where the hell did you get those little kids from?
I don't know. I just kind of did a YouTube search for some kids, and it just popped up. It was the first one at the top of the list, and grabbed it.
Oh, I thought that might have been the child labor down in the basement, and you told them,
No,
I'm going to
no,
let
no,
you
no, no,
eat
no.
today.
No, they're not. Well, no, they never sound that happy. It's always like, yay, tofu, yay. But, yeah, hey, it's Black Sheep Rising. Here, another week. It's episode 79, one of my favorite numbers.
Why is it one of your favorite numbers?
I don't know, because I was born 1979, so it's just one of those numbers that kind of
No, okay.
just kind of sticks around. 78 was last week. That should be one of your favorites, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention last week.
But hey, my name is Conan Soliday, and of course, Daryl W. Perry of FPP.cc is here, and thank you, sir, for climbing up out of your bus.
It's not a bus.
It's not a bus. Still wearing sandals, I see.
Hell yeah.
Flippy floppies.
Here, let me kick that bitch off so people can see my foot.
Oh God.
There we go. That's probably the first time Daryl's foot has ever been on Cheshire TV.
They are not bare feet. They're
human feet.
So anyways, yeah, Rapture was supposed to be on. I guess he's still in Nevada doing business.
He got abducted by the aliens at Area 51.
It's quite possible. I hear that kind of stuff goes down over there. But so, Mr. Perry,
Yes.
did anything happen in Keene, New Hampshire, this week?
There was some kind of meeting about the Blumpkin Fest, but I don't really know.
Because neither of us read it.
And neither of us attended the meeting.
Is it neither or neither? What are the rules on that?
Both.
They're both. You just wear whatever tomato.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. They got together, concerned citizens. I think it said like 30 of them. I didn't read the article. It was a big old article, and I've been busy, doing stuff like insulating the attic. Did you see the pictures of the attic?
No.
I added 15 inches of blown-in insulation, $600 worth. Dude,
I'm sure you're exaggerating a bit there.
of what?
Everybody always exaggerates and says, like
$600?
15 inches. No,
Oh,
the number of
God.
inches. You're exaggerating.
Son of a bitch.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
All right. So, 15 inches, whatever. Was that a sexual thing or was that a friggin'?
That was a penis joke.
Okay. Yeah, good. All right. No, I measured throughout the entire attic the 15-inch line, between 13 and 15, and I filled to that point. In fact, I was 2 bags short, so I actually had to go back to Home Depot and I bought 3 more bags. Ended up only using 2 of them, brought 1 back. But dude, the difference is amazing. I mean, the heater just stopped coming on. I mean, it comes on. Now it's cold. Now it's like 30 out there right now.
Yeah.
But good God, I mean, I think I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna make my money back this year. So that's a huge investment. I definitely recommend if anyone's living in one of these old ass New England homes, and this isn't even an old ass. It's a 69. But if you live in one
18 or 19?
19, so it's not that old at all. What, 50 years, 50 something years?
Not even.
30, 40 years. Definitely recommend if you live in one of these old houses, get them windows taped up, get some insulation in the walls. It's a lot of work, but it pays for it. You get your money's back real quick. And I'm here. I am a dumbass for sitting on it, procrastinate for 2 years because I had other things to do. I got stuff. I got to do the show and stuff.
Hold on. This is all part of your plan, isn't it?
What's that?
It's all part of your plan.
Tell me about my plan.
You get the appraisal done.
Mm-hmm.
You take them to like whatever appeals process, and then after like 2.5 years of appealing the value of the home,
then
you start renovating, and you add in damn near $1,000 worth of insulation that you know is going to wind up being like $1,500 or $2,000 in whatever appraisal that they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's all part of your plan.
Hey,
I need about $350.
You got to have a plan. You got to do these things strategically, and that's the way.
Or as George W. Bush would say, strategery.
Strategery.
Hold on.
That's what I think of Mr. Bush.
That is the best door in the brothel, by the way.
Yes, it is. So that happened. I didn't read the article. Neither did Daryl. But some concerned citizens got together. They said, "Hey, look, we've had enough of this Pumpkin Fest nonsense."
Good. Maybe they'll finally take that piece of shit festival out of town.
And yeah, I think that's what a lot of the goals are.
But the funny thing is
to not actually get rid of it. Just take it down the street to the fair. To the
some of the haters apparently think that the Free Keene people are somehow big supporters of it, and like, oh, we'll show those Free Keeners. We'll get rid of their Blumpkin Festival. And I'm like, good. Finally, it'll fucking go away. It's the dumbest festival ever.
Oh, crap.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, so I guess we'll find out. I mean, we got another 11 months before there's another one, and I know the bigwigs love it. Their whole plan, because they have their own strategery, and that is to get people to move here to Keene. And that is one of their selling points is the Pumpkin Fest.
We've got Pumpkin Festival. Oh,
they love it to death.
Hold on. I've got an idea here. So if they get rid of the Pumpkin Festival, which was pretty much the main reason that they said that they needed the fucking Nada tank. So if they get rid of Pumpkin Festival, then does the city...
Did somebody just say a tank?
Does the city have to send the Nada tank back to Lenco?
Ooh... Good catch there. So we need to watch this.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll also say that. Well, all right. So, but if it moves down to the fairgrounds, then they'll still need it. Kinda. Some
right, because it would still be in the area.
And they also one of their selling points was that the surrounding towns would be able to use the vehicle, not a tank.
Right.
Yeah, it's not happening, but that would be an interesting argument to make. It would make for a good blog, I think. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes on it.
I think the official decision comes in like December.
Don't know, sir. So there was a thing that
something else that happened in Keene this past week. Lee Perkins wound up. Going on vacation.
Yeah, we talked about
a very long permanent vacation. And Lee, I don't know if you're going to be watching this from the road. Probably not. But if somehow you stumble upon it, it really has been a pleasure knowing you over the last couple of years. And I look forward to keeping up with you on your blog that you have. And also, I'll see you on the Facebooks. But know that you are going to be missed in Keene.
Excellent.
Yeah, good guy. Actually, neighbor of mine lives on the other side of Maple Acres, and yeah, it's sad to see him go. He was definitely a supporter of liberty, and he was fighting that fight.
And his replacement, Mark, is
he's good.
He's a good guy.
Good guy. But. Yeah, but hey, this is what happens. He got rid of his last kid. Well, he didn't get rid of him. Moved his last kid out. So, he's got to take care of, this opportunity.
Yeah.
Before he gets too old, and he's doing it. He's tackling it, and like you said, he's got his little traveling blog thing going on. I've seen a little snippets of where he is, what campgrounds he's at, and all. It's pretty neat.
And knowing that Lee was a big supporter of free speech, I wonder what Lee would have thought about the fucker right in the pussy guy.
Well, I think he would have probably been more than happy, well, maybe not happy, but more than willing to actually play this on Cheshire TV after 10, of course.
Right.
If, say, for example, because he's playing us, we're talking about it. Daryl, who is this? What is this phenomenon? Because you know what? This was something that we actually talked about on the show during the Pumpkin Fest show, where the students were chanting, they were singing the national anthem.
Right.
They were chanting "fuck the police." They were chanting "fuck the pumpkins," fuck the press, and they were also saying "fuck her in the pussy." And it was like, well, what the fuck is that? Well, what is that? And of course, here it is. We have found out it's a thing.
Yeah. So there was a try and pull up the John Kane video from earlier in the year.
Okay.
It's not in this article
the
here.
The actual incident that spurred it
right.
all
So
on.
the initial incident happened in January of this year. I didn't know that it was this recent, but there was some reporter by the name of John Kane, Cain, and he was doing a story on some missing girl, and he was on the field, did not realize that he was broadcasting live. Mm-hmm. And here is the video of John Kane and what he said.
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in her pussy.
Jesus Christ.
All right, well, we definitely apologize for that editing error in that
All right,
story.
So that guy lost his job, and you know what? I would have fired his ass. That was a dumbass thing to say. It was
right. Well, and the thing is, he didn't know, and not to sort of defend, but I do feel like Walter Block in this situation where I'm defending the undefendable. He didn't realize that the camera was on.
Yeah, but still.
And he's just chatting with the camera guy.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
And
you know what?
That needs to be censored.
I think I would. If it was my program, I might have censored something. Because that was just God.
It was live.
Yeah,
there was no
awful.
way for them to hit a dump button.
Oh, God.
It was live. So that has spurred this sort of viral video phenomenon to where drunk people and college kids,
frat boys,
basically frat. But the funny thing is, the first guy to do it after seeing this was some old guy that looks like the Unabomber's like long lost cousin or some shit.
Yeah,
and
actually Kane and the old Unabomber.
Yeah,
there's a
guy named Fred.
There's a 2-minute
video.
3-minute
video.
I think it's god awful. It's just
it is.
It's not very entertaining. But here he is, drinking Bud Light, and it's stupid. This guy's not a very good reporter in the first place.
Right. So they're talking about so where'd you come up with the idea to like run and like interrupt live broadcast and fuck her right in the pussy? And he says, well, because I saw the video where you said it and you got fired. And I was like, oh, that's a funny thing to say. And so then first time there was a live broadcast in my area, I went and I did it. And apparently it's become a phenomenon to where if you just go to YouTube and search in like fuck her right in the pussy, there will be a bunch of videos and a bunch of compilation videos to where people will just find any video where somebody says it and they put it all together. And there was an 18-year-old kid in Pennsylvania that interrupted a newscast a couple of days ago. And
he's a student.
Ran into his dorm. And for some reason, the cops were called. Cops went to investigate. And initially, he said, no, I didn't do it.
I'm a cop, goddammit!
And then after, a couple of minutes of conversation, he recants and says, yeah, I did it. and they arrested this kid and charged him with falsifying a police report.
Yeah, all right. So maybe, all right. Well, that's he broke that rule, so they can get him on that. But why were they even looking for him in the first place? Here's a real quick. It's 23
I don't
seconds.
know, but here's the question: if they're going to do this whole thing of falsifying a police report, then everybody that ever gets pulled over and the cop says, "Do you know how fast you were going?" No, officer, I don't.
Yeah. Of course, we don't have that actual conversation. And he might have said he was someone else. He might have said his name was Larry Summers, for all I know. But here,
right? But still, like if they're going to pull the falsifying a report out of their ass,
Everyone
they
does
need
that.
to be consistent, because everybody's like, "Oh no, I had my cruise control set at 65 miles per hour," and they got pulled over doing 73.
Next, Mayor Courtwright will pass his budget proposal onto City Council at its meeting this evening. They have final approval and need to have it passed.
real quick, of course, it messed.
Stacey
If anything, I would have been pissed off that
reporting live in Scranton.
messed up my my spiel, and now I'm gonna have to retape unless that was live.
That's
of course.
live.
That was live.
That's
so,
live.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's the thing. You find a live broadcast, and you run up and you scream it at the microphone.
But as far as falsifying, we just talked about. I pretty much have falsified it in a way. Here I am fixing my house up after the fact. Do I have to go? I'm not going to go tell them that I've improved the home, and therefore increase the tax value of my house, so that they're going to
I guarantee you that somebody's going to call the city after watching this show.
I don't care. I'll fight it. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. So, all right. So, free speech. These guys can do it. If you're gonna have a live broadcast on the street, be prepared for someone honking their horn or some asshole coming up to you. Bradford here in Keene, he loves doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if he curses and stuff, but I know that he loves.
I don't know.
He loves getting in the camera. I'm sure the Sentinels or WMER has had to deal with his ass.
I don't know, because they don't really seem to come to Keene that often.
No, they don't. And there's so much good stuff going on here. Riots and Pumpkin Fest and, what's up with that?
I don't know, but the best thing that I've ever seen as far as a news anchor handling someone trying to sort of interrupt a live broadcast was actually from the Super Bowl, where some drunk woman runs up and starts yelling, "Niners! 49ers!" And then the reporter says, "Oh, so we're down here on, whatever street it is in New Orleans, and we're talking about STDs. So can you tell me what sort of STDs you have?" And the girl, she's all like, "I don't have any STDs." Yeah.
It sounds like me, myself, and Irene whenever he flips and the girl that's been harassing him, she's got the Vagisil. He's like, check up on Vagisil. Vagisil. It smells like a loaf is cooking in.
So
is this the one?
Yeah.
148? Ooh, that's a long one.
Reporters have had to deal with trolls and hecklers that come in all forms who just want to get a few seconds of fame. Let's see how the following news people handle their situation.
And all this against the slightly worrying backdrop of more stories of rogue trading in the city. Not exactly what they need up there.
Yes, Credit Suisse, another bank today. I know. There we are, more rumours in the city starting here. This is a situation happened.
Meanwhile, it's good to see that the old man from Up found a job in real life.
I don't know.
Was that his buddy he was walking with, or was that actually someone?
I don't know.
Was that like one of the cameramen?
I don't know.
All right, someone walked up behind the reporter, and he got it was like the cane grabbed around his neck and just pulled his ass right off the set. That was pretty good. All right, here's another one.
So there's a dog barking and yelling and jumping at the guy.
And of course, he's swinging around like a madman.
Sometimes human trolls are the least of reporters' problems in this internet classic.
تعود تسمية شغل الخيمة إلى خيمة مشاهدها محمد علي لقضاء عطلته بالقرب من حضارة شبرا وعلى
Surprise, Buzzcocks!
Jesus Christ!
Finally,
So the guy almost got hit by a bus.
He's standing. Question is he standing in the road or
probably?
The bus stopped on a dime, almost hit him in the back of the head.
Way to respond to a heckler. Please enjoy.
I think this is when you were.
So basically, what is left is the people walking around with this glazed look in their eyes and just stumbling. Like this one behind me. Hi, yes. How are you doing?
California.
Oh, very nice to meet you. You know,
49ers.
you're gonna do you're gonna do an interview with us?
Sure.
Okay, because we were just talking about here along Bourbon Street and the STD rate that's been going on here. And so, how long have you had an STD?
I don't have an STD.
Oh, then why did you want to talk?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you serious?
Nothing to be ashamed of, don't you?
No, I don't have an STD.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, that was
Anyway,
excellent, man. That was excellent. So that's what you got to do. You either got to,
So they cut this video short because as she started walking away, she just turns around real quick and goes, 49ers again.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so that's how you handle the hecklers is you just like turn it on them and
that's any good comedian who's gonna that's part of their bread and butter are the hecklers. A lot of the best comedians are able to do just that. They can turn it right back and throw it right back in their faces, and it actually makes good entertainment too. So
tell us about some entertainment, or what some people might consider entertainment, that apparently $10 million has been spent by the feds.
Well, yeah, as probably a lot of our listeners, watchers are aware of, there's a lot of bigness going on in this country, and
diabetes.
Diabetes. I didn't get that drop. Oh, I had it on my list.
Wilford Brimley.
I had it on my list.
And I got diabetes.
All right, maybe I'll cut that one out. But no, and of course, because it affects us all. Why does it affect us all? Because of universal health care, and we're all paying for everyone. And so now you got to worry about people who are smoking cigarettes, who are eating too much, who are having health issues on their own dime. It should be their own responsibility. It should be something they take care of their own. Here, the Fed spending $10 million to make a video game, to produce a video game about escaping a fat town, and it's called. The fat town is called Diab, which I'm thinking is probably
diabetes.
And here's the trailer, real quick. Some of it, anyways. I guess I'll play.
This is the town of Diab.
So, how many of those vending machine towers are there?
A lot.
Every few blocks?
Yeah.
You can eat all the junk food you want.
King Edie's wants to make sure no one is ever very far from food.
In Diab, you never have to exercise.
I've seen some decent food, like fruits and vegetables. Why don't people eat that?
The food in the vending towers is free.
Ah.
Sound like a dream? It's not. It's a nightmare. Join DJ, Delinda, Dagan, Bearspaw, and Miza. It's up to you to help our heroes defeat the tyrannical King Eaties and escape from Diab.
All right, that's pretty much the gist of it. And now we're seeing a bunch of retarded gameplay, very, very, very low budget. But so they
low budget. They spent $10 million, motherfucker.
Well, that's the thing. It's I'm talking about the quality of the game is most definitely low a budget.
It's low quality. It's not low budget.
And I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Yes, let me. Yes, thank you, sir. Definitely low quality. Not well. I know. I think as far as the budget is concerned, they spend a lot of money on good video games these days. A lot of money, like lots and lots.
Right, but
like
10 mil is still a good bit of money.
Yeah, well, 10 mil would have gotten us 4 bridges to nowhere here in Keene, at $2.3 million a pop. So
with a little bit of money left over.
Yeah, we could have got some more curbs or something to put up downtown. But
maybe they could invest that money in Black Sheep Rising, and we could upgrade the production quality.
Yeah, right. So, anyways, that was $10 million that was spent on the actual game itself, and just one game. by the way. They did 2 games.
2 games.
2 games. One from Escape from Diab. I don't know what the other one was called. They're both focused on fighting obesity. And then, of course, they're spending an additional $1.7 million to research whether the game is doing what its intentions were, what it was intended to do, which was to actually, I don't know, change some minds. And so they've already discovered that yes, the kids will eat healthier, but their activity levels didn't change.
Right, because they're sitting there playing the motherfucking video game.
Yeah, exactly. How do you like that? They spend money to
hold on.
They spend money to fight a thing, and their vehicle of choice is something that requires you to sit still for many hours doing
Here's
nothing.
what you do. Here's what you do.
Tell me.
You put this Diab game
Hold on.
Enlighten me. In the Oculus Rift.
Yeah. On a treadmill. Or you can't move in the Oculus Rift.
And then you can actually walk around.
Yeah.
Wearing the Oculus Rift. So you have to walk around in some sort of big giant field, that way you don't actually bump into shit.
This is the future. Except that wouldn't be an easy 10 mil. We're talking, we're getting into the hundreds.
Yeah.
So I email Michelle Obama.
Fuck Michelle Obama.
And
fuck her right in her pussy.
Oh God. Call back. That's just horrible.
Actually, I would not fuck Michelle Obama if you were pushing.
And actually, I didn't. And I had a Michelle Obama drop too, where she was talking about fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. Did you hear that one?
Yes, I did.
When she was being interviewed by a black radio host, and they were having a very black conversation.
Can I get some soul food after I go vote?
And she says only you can only reward yourself with some fried chicken after you vote. No voting, no eating. And then they went on talking about collard greens and mac and cheese.
Can I eat collard greens?
Oh God, it was.
Yeah, those are vegetables. They are.
Now I got to say.
When did collard greens become a vegetable, Michelle?
They said yams too, and I found. Remind me. Yams is what I learned this week. But anyways, no, I mean, and of course Fox News attacked the shit out of this. But they brought up a really good point. I didn't have any problem with that conversation. I grew up in the South. I heard this all the time.
Hold on. Did you listen to the entire 8-minute conversation?
No, I listened to the 2-minute version.
Okay, so earlier on, I listened to the entire thing. Earlier on, Michelle Obama said the people we're talking to just need to go vote Democrat. Don't think about who's on the ballot, who said what, or what they've done. Just vote Democrat. And then later on,
because the Democrats are for the blacks. Plain and simple.
That's basically what she was alluding to.
If you want your bread and circuses, and the conservatives have their own bread and circuses, but if you want welfare and you want food stamps and you want all this jazz, vote Democrat, and we're going to give it to you.
Right, and then later on,
and some fried chicken.
And later on, when she said, "I give you permission to eat some fried chicken after you vote."
That's horrible.
Yeah,
absolutely horrible. Yeah, and I think I will cut that one. I think that was pretty telling.
Oh, it definitely needs to be cut up.
Yeah.
So, well, what else we got going on here?
This game, probably pretty stupid. I'm not going to play it, even though I do play games. What else we got going on? Bring up the show notes.
Oh, we've got the how to be a good slave.
Oh hell no! So all right. I saw this Free Talk Live shared it. I'm assuming you shared it, or
yes.
Whoever was on the show. That night.
Well, somebody had actually shared it. I think on Thursday. I did a 30-minute podcast on this on Friday.
This is your show.
Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
Every Sunday. Did you change that, by the way?
I did change that.
So it's not Sundays any longer. Now it's on.
It is not Sundays any longer. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday for now.
Still live, but you've gotten rid of the
not
call-ins?
Live.
All right, you gotten rid of call-ins.
I did that a long time ago.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It's recorded live, so if you're listening to the show, you don't know that it's not live.
Mm-hmm.
because, recorded live. Sort of like the old things, only I'm not in front of a studio audience. Because you remember the TV shows back when we were kids, recorded live in front of a studio audience.
And that thing, the laugh track. The laugh track and the clap trap. Clap trap.
Yeah, so I think that would be the STDs that the girl got on Bourbon
exactly.
Street.
49ers, yeah!
So it's recorded live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Show is generally posted by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Friday's show came out a little later because there were problems with the internet. It actually took an hour and a half to upload the show.
Oh, fuck.
We have the technology.
Obviously not.
But I did a 30-minute show on this being a good citizen thing.
All right, now, is this for immigrants?
No.
This is a school thing? Is it a school project?
edhelper.com. It is listed as reading comprehension. Pull up my Facebook, Conan, and you will find it, where I actually link to the page from edhelper.com. And they only have, of course, the first 3 paragraphs for free on their website, but you can, if you're registered with edhelper.com, and that's like a $20 per year thing, I'm not going to pay $20 to be able to download shit from edhelper.com. But I did confirm that this is an actual thing.
Holy, is this real or is it just Onion?
Onion.
I saw that part. So this is...
The Onion had a news headline, Chinese citizens gather in Beijing Square to watch U.S. national debt.
Which is about to be 18.
Strike 18 trillion.
Holy
Yeah, that's
shit.
from The Onion.
Holy shit. How far down is this, by the way?
It shouldn't be much further down.
Okay. $18 trillion. Good God almighty.
Okay, so there it is. This is absolutely real, and I link to edhelper.com. Being a Good Citizen by Phyllis Nageli. And it's listed as reading comprehension. So presumably there's some sort of test that accompanies this.
Yeah, but could this be for immigrants learning English?
It could be for anybody, but edhelper.com is specifically designed to help like public school teachers.
Yeah.
So the person that sent this to Free Talk Live said that this was sent home with his 8-year-old daughter.
Wow.
From a public school. Don't know what state. He gave the name of the school district, but he didn't specify what state he lives in. So just hit enter there.
Yeah, my bandwidth is slow. There it is. Let's see if this person comes up for Phyllis Nageli.
I'm saying Nageli. Whatever. Click on that Constitution and Bill of Rights bullshit that she has here.
Holy crap. Is this the actual... No, this is something different. This is some more stuff from...
This is something different, also listed as reading comprehension.
Holy crap. Well, let's not... Unless you catch something real quick, let's not read this particular one. There might be some other choice points in this one that she is essentially rewriting or giving her own interpretation.
Right. So let's just read the. Hold on. Go back to the. Go back to the Constitution thing.
Okay. There you go.
Article 1 established the legislative branch of our government. It divided the Congress, the lawmaking body, into 2 houses, the Senate and House of Representatives. As a result of the Great Compromise, the formation of the Senate made the smaller states happy. Each state has 2 senators. House of Representatives satisfies the larger states. Representatives are assigned based on population. Laws must be approved by both parts of Congress. This gives everyone an equal voice in our government. That's utter bullshit because no, it doesn't. Nothing gives everyone an equal voice in the government unless you have a direct democracy. And
money in your pocket.
Well, no. If you've got direct democracy to where everybody gets to cast a vote, like a town election,
right?
Town meeting style, then that's how you have a direct voice. But this bullshit that we have where you elect a representative and really that person only represents, a plurality of the people in the district. No, it's not, giving everybody an equal voice. Can you go back to that for a second? It says, Congress was given the power to coin money and collect taxes. They can establish a military, although she doesn't specify that the military was not to be funded for more than 2 years, which the original intent was there was no standing army.
No standing army.
That's been bastardized. Congress makes laws and approves many of the decisions of the executive branch. Then she goes on to talk about some of the other stuff.
Well, all right, so let's bring this, the initial article that caught everyone's attention. I think one thing that was brought up multiple times was government gives the people rights.
Yes.
Gives them privileges.
She says the government gives rights, and rights are special privileges.
Right. And for example, in 2 here, when you are when you are a citizen, a good citizen, rights are special privileges the government gives you. In our country, you have free speech. You're also given the right to choose a religion. In America, the press is free to tell you what is happening in the world. The Bill of Rights lists the freedoms given to citizens. These rights are very important. Many people in the world do not have the freedoms like we do, and we are steadily losing them, especially when people are writing shit like that the government gives us our rights.
Right, and she's totally misrepresenting what freedom of the press means, and I know she's trying to dumb it down here for elementary school kids.
Or for immigrants who are speaking English for the first time. But even then, I mean...
Dude, I don't know where you're getting that this was designed for immigrants. This is fucking designed for elementary kids.
I saw it somewhere. And of course, look at the title, the name up at the top of the paper. Very, very elementary.
Yeah, that's an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Emma. Let's see here. Number 3, because the government gives you rights, you have the duty to be a good citizen. Ugh. And of course, that's been debunked where if you actually look at the definition of the word citizen, it means somebody that owes an allegiance to a government. And, well, since, that's sort of supposed to be a contract, and the federal courts have ruled over and over and over again that there is no duty to protect, then, well, they're breaking their half of the contract by not giving you that protection, so therefore you don't owe them allegiance. But it says, what does it mean to be a good citizen? How can you be part of giving back for the freedom you have? And the very first thing in part 4 is being a good citizen means you show your love for your country. You can do this by being courteous to the symbols. There's somewhere in here that number 5, where it says being a good citizen means obeying the laws. So basically, do whatever the government tells you to do. That's how you be a good citizen. Slave.
Yes.
That's how you be a good slave.
Should be a rule follower.
You should be a rule follower, Daryl.
You should do everything the government tells you. If the government tells you to point out all of the Japanese Americans so that they can be rounded up and put in concentration camps,
you should do so.
Then you should do so.
If they tell you to narc out your neighbor who is doing something that's not bothering anyone, it's something he wants to do. For example, I saw something the other day on the old Face Space where someone mentioned they smelled weed.
Yeah.
And then what did they do right after that? They told the next cop they saw, hey, I smelled weed, and I think it's coming from that guy over there.
Yeah.
Think about that. Just stop and think about that. Well, I mean, why? I mean, who is he hurting? Who's that person hurting?
Nobody.
Well, he might be hurting himself as far as smoke in his lungs, and that's it. But now, but who in the process is being? What is actually happening? Who is being hurt? The guy's life might be ruined from that.
Exactly.
From that encounter. If the cop even goes and does anything about it. But I mean, yeah, people in this country and I think in the world, they see shit like this. Obey the rules. be a good rule follower. Otherwise, this is going to be chaos and all. And
if the rule says
and they ultimately ruin their neighbors' lives in the process. And you know what? They feel good about what they did because they were obeying the rules, and that's good.
If the rule says you must, capture any slaves and return them to their slave masters, then you should follow that because that's what the rule is.
And there were plenty of people who were doing that. And at the same time, by the way, there were plenty of people who were waking up to the fact that this is, hey, hold on now. This doesn't make any sense. They might not sound like me, look like me, they don't have the same skin color, but you know what? These are fellow human beings, and this is retarded. So we're not going to follow this rule. And of course,
if the rule says you can't feed homeless people, then you better not give any food to homeless people. And I'm really glad that Arnold Abbott isn't following that rule down in Fort Lauderdale.
True this.
That dude has been arrested at least twice. He's been given summonses a couple of other times. Like, the cops just stopped arresting him. And the last news story that I saw a couple days ago, the cops came over, told him, "We have to ask you to stop handing out food." He turns around to the cop and says, "Do you want a plate?" And the cop said, "No."
Feud over feeding the homeless.
So, yeah, let's watch this 2-minute video here.
Another prominent pastor is joining the legal case, asking that a city ordinance be thrown out. CBS 4's Carrie Codd is live for us at City Hall in Fort Lauderdale with the very latest. Carrie?
Elliot, a pair of heavyweight South Florida lawyers filed this motion in court today, taking aim at the city's law restricting.
Heavyweight lawyers working for who? For whom?
The outdoor feeding of the
they said
homeless
that
here in Fort Lauderdale. Those
was
attorneys
filed against the city, so they're not working for the fucking city, apparently. Why would you be working for the city and sue the fucking city? That makes no sense.
I don't know. Maybe, they're all buddies, right?
That's the lie they tell you.
Yeah.
Represent a reverend who was cited by police for feeding the homeless. Now those attorneys want the charges against that reverend thrown out, and they want the law thrown out as well.
We can do so much better than this.
Reverend Mark Sims was cited by Fort Lauderdale police for feeding the homeless in Stranahan Park. He faces a fine and possible jail time. Now, he and heavyweight attorney William Scherer are taking aim at the city of Fort Lauderdale's new law that places restrictions on where people can feed the homeless in the city.
This ordinance is not treating everybody in our community equally.
Scherer says the law is unconstitutional and restricts Reverend Sims' right to free speech and freedom of religion. He says his motion filed in court Thursday seeks to join a case already in the works by 90-year-old Chef Arnold Abbott, who's been cited 3 times for feeding the homeless outdoors.
My client and Chef Abbott have as much right to have people there that they serve food to as I did for my children's 4th of July picnic over there.
The city's new law says that homeless feeding should be held securely, indoors, with bathrooms and running water. The city says it's working with a group of churches as part of a plan to address homelessness. Reverend Sims, though, believes the city's intent behind the law and other laws aimed at the homeless is to force the homeless out of the city.
I think one of the things we can do is try to find a more comprehensive plan to be able to feed and house those people who are hungry and are homeless, and also to care for those people where we do not have enough beds.
Reverend Sims sees a silver lining in all the attention on the feeding, citations, and encounters with police. He believes it might start a much-needed conversation about trying to solve the homeless situation.
If we could spend just a fraction of the amount on humanitarian gestures as we do on tourist development, we would be a much richer city for it.
By the way, I agree that the reason for this law is to try to prevent. It's not to keep them safe. It's not to prevent people from cooking bad food and making people sick. It's to get rid of the homeless.
If it had anything to do with the food, they would not have instituted the requirement of you must provide them with toilet facilities.
Right.
That has nothing to do with ensuring that you're serving fresh food.
So, and if he wants to do this, I'm all for it. This is not something I'm in favor of. We have our own homeless problem here in Keene. I don't have a problem with them as long as they're not like staking out in my yard.
Right. Well, the 90-year-old chef, Arnold Abbott, he's been doing this for 24 years. And the city just passed the ordinance a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It went into effect like October 30th or some shit. And he was arrested like the first time he went out.
That's an interesting point. Do you think that the law enforcement were clued into this? Like, hey, look, this is a new law, and
they most definitely were.
We have our sights on this one individual, and you need to go hound him as soon as this law is passed.
What the city commission did, they don't have a city council down there in Fort Lauderdale. They have a city commission, and they knew that this was controversial. So they put it at the end of the agenda. Mm-hmm. They had an 8-hour council meeting, and they passed this bullshit at 2:00 in the morning.
So you hear this happening in Congress all the time. Yeah, I try to tell people it's these shenanigans that take place at the federal level are happening at every single level. They happen in your town. They happen in your community, neighborhood watch.
Evil shenanigans.
Exactly. It's these people, they're everywhere, and
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. There's only one way around it, and that is to keep them accountable, and is to keep your eyes on these on the shenanigans. By the way,
where's that third folder?
By the way, I put all the segments in the one folder. In fact, I think all the panel drops are going to be going in this folder one day. So segments.
What did you learn?
Conan Soliday.
You can't pick on anyone else because there's no one else here this evening. Oh, Bob.
Tell me about yams.
Bob the Builder is here. Is the camera still
on?
Oh,
hold on. Bob, what did you learn?
I learned, Daryl, that I hate this show. I'm going in league with Stephen Hawking from now on. I'm going to sit on his
Fuck
lap.
you, Bob. Fuck Bob.
I know.
No more Bob.
I learned this week that, believe it or not, yams, something that I've heard my entire life, sugared yams or cooked yams.
Candied yams.
Candied yams for Thanksgiving or whatnot. The truth of the matter is you have probably never, ever had yams.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You're eating sweet potatoes.
Exactly. It's and usually when you get the can and you're looking down in the small print down there somewhere on the bottom, it says sweet potatoes or cooked or something of the effect. Sweet potatoes are a South American crop. By the way, I grew them in Tennessee a couple of years ago. I was very happy, very productive. It's a great plant to grow in between your other plants because they create this terrific ground cover, which of course prevents weeds from going up. So grow a couple tomatoes, grow some okra, go whatever, and then put some yams in between. They spread all over, and they also make good just general ground cover. You can put them in the front of your yard, and they create a really nice green ivy. It's really nice, and they're good. They're fucking great. They store forever. I was eating sweet potatoes 6 months after I had pulled them out of the ground.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, what is a yam? Yam is from Africa. It's a big old monster root, and they get really, really big. I believe that they're similar to sweet potatoes, but they're not sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I knew that they were different, but I didn't know what the difference was.
Yeah. And by the way, it's very similar to wasabi. You have probably never had real wasabi.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say that sweet potatoes were related to wasabi.
Well, they're both roots. But
okay, in that fucking context, a sweet potato is related to a fucking maple tree because maple trees have roots.
Oh, God. All right, they're both root products, root foods that you can eat. Carrots, potatoes, turnips,
rutabaga,
beets, the whole nine. No, wasabi. The wasabi that you think that you're eating is probably not. It's probably most likely horseradish, which is a cheap food to grow. Wasabi grows like on riverbeds or something in the Orient, and it's really expensive to harvest. And you're probably not eating wasabi because it's so damn expensive.
Okay.
But horseradish is very similar, and they just food color it green, and there you go. Wasabi. Silly Americans. Silly Americans. So, Mr. Darrell, what did you learn this week?
I learned from another radio guy that has a podcast that roughly every 6 months you should make some kind of change to your programming.
Oh, really?
To keep things fresh.
You mean like add a couch? And by the way,
possibly.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to say, I love the couch, but it doesn't look good with just two guys.
And this short fucking table. Your table needs to be like 2 inches higher.
I like the table. Of course, these cameras are a little different this evening, so you can't actually see a lot of the table because I got the cameras pushed in for two folks. But you don't like it was too high. It looked like we were at the kids' table, man. Here we are leaning back on this couch, and the table's all the way up to our throats.
I said 2 fucking inches, not 2 fucking feet.
All right, well, they're cut now. You should have been a little clearer last week when I had the thing sitting on a goddamn pail.
And I told you that was too low.
I heard, and I watched the show. I actually edited the show before I actually cut the legs. No, I take that back. I cut them the next day. I almost flipped this damn table. I had coffee cups and I had some plates on here. I almost flipped it the next morning. I was like, fuck this. I went right downstairs and I cut these legs and they're good. Look, I even got the angle on them. So there's.
I didn't say it's not stable.
This is stable.
I said it's not tall enough.
This is stable. This is more stable than the original cuts. All right, so
I agree with that.
All right, so
like introduce a new segment
and what
make some kind of change roughly every 6 months.
Oh, here I am talking about cuts and all, and I didn't even.
He cannot pick up a knife to cut a steak.
Cut a steak. So what changes are you thinking about? Some changes? Oh, you just made a big old change.
I made changes to my show. I'd say probably the first time I've made a change to that show in damn near 2 years.
All right, so are you not talking about your show? You're talking about this one?
I'm just saying in general, and that's what I learned this week, that in general, roughly every 6 months there should be some kind of change.
Is that to keep the
to keep things fresh and
keep the audience looking?
Keep the audience, maybe gain some folks.
Do you think do you think they do the same thing when it comes to like sitcoms, television sitcoms, where they're changing out actors every season or adding new guys and getting rid of olds? And
some of that has to do with trying to keep it fresh. Some of that has to do with contract negotiation stuff.
Yeah, because usually I've found that is not the way to do it, because you piss a lot of people off. Why'd you get rid of Dr. Gray or whatever the hell? And why did you get this ass?
Why'd you get rid of Charlie Sheen and bring in Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah,
because Charlie Sheen did enough coke in the last 6 months to kill 2.5 men. It's been what, like 3 years, and the show's not fucking dead yet.
Okay, you know what? And I have to admit to something. I have never seen that show. I'm never gonna. Or the I Met Your Stepmother or whatever the hell. Sasha was watching that crap, and I was
How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, that's the one with Doogie Howser, right?
Yeah. I almost got that.
Yeah, it looked kind of stupid.
Yeah. Hey guys, you've been watching.
I don't think your cat likes Bob the Builder.
Cat, get it, clawed up. You're gonna get kicked.
She arched her back and did this weird
you're gonna
thing.
Get kicked in the head by Shauna too. Guys, you've been watching Black Sheep Rising, the podcast. Please visit the webpage where everything is located, blacksheeprising.org. The archives, the audio, the links, the show notes, the whole 9 are there for your viewing pleasure. If you want to join the conversation, you can do that on Facebook, Facebook.com/blacksheeprising.org. Leave me notes there, show topic, articles. If you just want to talk about whatever, that's the place to do it. I just realized a lot of people don't have Facebook.
They need to
what's wrong with that?
Get Stephen Hawking to call us again sometime soon.
Stephen Hawking's hasn't called in a while. Jimmy hasn't called in a while.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's
Fuck you right in your pussy.
Jimmy's all right. If you want to call the show and leave, a voicemail, talk about whatever, 267-521-2771 is the number. If you would rather have a direct conversation with me, show@blacksheeprising.org is the email. If you want to donate to the show, No donations this week. Not even 2 cents. Not even
You suck.
Not even 2 fucking cents. If you'd like to donate to the show, you can do that at the webpage. There are 2 links there, PayPal and Bitcoin. I accept both. Thank you for all those who have donated anonymously in the past. Daryl, where can the folks see your new program, your new schedule, your new scheduled program?
Well, they wouldn't see it. They would listen to it, fppradio.com. And I'm doing an AMA every Wednesday. So if you have questions
I don't
that you want,
what is an AMA?
Ask me anything.
Oh.
You know, the way AMAs are supposed to work, you're supposed to ask questions that the person would know. But
and you end up getting a lot of stuff that's like, I don't fucking know the answer to that.
I did get a question that, it's something that I had no clue, so I just sort of bullshitted an answer.
Did you at least say that? I'm not really sure. I'm not
right. It was like,
I'm not 100% on this.
This isn't my field of expertise.
Let me tell you what I know.
But here's what I know. So if you are curious what I consider my, quote unquote field of expertise, I would say media, news, like general news, politics, and ballot access. So those are sort of like, my fields of expertise, if you will. But of course, you can ask anything. AMA@fppradio.com.
Excellent. All right, guys, let's close this show up. Tonight's closing song is from 9 Inch Nails. It's Ruiner. It's an older song, but this is a newer dubstep remix. Oh my God, Daryl, it's fucking dubstep. It's not that dubsteppy. This is the remix is by Matt Malloy. Check out his YouTube channel. It's pretty sharp. If you don't like 9 Inch Nails, at least check this video out for the badass time-lapse video that this guy, Matt Malloy, has done to accompany this video.
What if I don't like 9 Inch Nails, dubstep, or time-lapse?
Then don't fucking watch this video. Turn it off now. Just make sure that you skip ahead to the end of the song so you can check out any Easter eggs. There wasn't a whole. I don't think there was a whole lot of. I don't know. I might find some Easter eggs. We didn't. Usually, when there are more people involved on the show, that I get those. But it's only 2 of us, and this is 2 old guys, man. Hey guys, thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next week at the same exact time. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the song. Good night. Hey guys in the chat, thank you for watching. We will see you next week, Sunday night, 8:30.
Was anybody actually in the fucking chat?
It was up to 5 people, and now it's went to 2, and now it's at 3.
Fuck y'all.
No, what? No, we love y'all.
There's only 3 of you. Each one of y'all need to bring a fucking friend next week.
This is hard because our lips aren't moving with the audio. This is for the diehards. Guys in the chat.
Fucking diebold.
Don't listen to Daryl. We love you.
Bring a friend.
We love you. We'll see you next week.
Bring a friend.
Maybe they got a whole maybe they're having a house party, a living room party where they're all getting together. They're at the CAC right now, having a party watching.
No, they're not.
Just waiting for. Good God, where is it?
He cannot pick up a knife to cut a steak.
Every time they hear the steak drop, they're drinking shots.
Later, Nick. I like you. The other ones that didn't say shit, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all right in your pussies.
See you, Nick.
Chemtrails. Did you see them chemtrails?